Power 106, Brown Bag Mornings. Buenos dias. Good morning,
Buenos
Los
dias,
Angeles.
buenos dias.
Hey, we brought our prima in here.
Yes, we did.
Whether you like it or not, our Cubana sister,
Yes.
Camila Cabello.
Yes.
How are you, Camila?
I'm so good. I love that you called me your prima.
Yeah, you're our prima now, whether you
Facts.
like it or not.
I
'Cause
love it.
sometimes
I
we don't
like
like our
it.
cousins. Or is that just Mexicans?
No.
You know I'm Cuban Mexican though.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
I
like,
was
no,
gonna
she's all
say.
right.
I was
Yeah.
like,
She is
I
Cuban
thought you
Mexican.
were
half.
full. I'm half too, but I'm like, oh my God, that's
bro,
so
no,
awesome.
I'm Cuban Mexican.
I'm not half Cuban. I'm half Salvi, but
Okay,
that's
got it. Yeah. No, I'm
Tight.
half. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
which
yeah.
one do you identify with more? Because there's always like that in between.
That's a great
You know?
question. I think, I don't know. I think like there's different phases.
Right.
There's waves. Like, I think like because I haven't been able to go to Cuba in a while, I'm like, for example, like these past few weeks,
Right.
I'm like, I'm dying to go to Mexico. Like, I feel like I need
Yep.
that.
Yeah, for your soul.
I need it for my
That
soul.
root.
Like, it feels like there. I don't know. It's just like
That's
it's
so
food for the soul.
awesome, Camila.
But then at the same time, like in Miami, I've had a lot of family members come in from Cuba
Yeah.
lately, so I feel like there's more
Super
It
tight to
makes it
that
feel
right now.
more like that community.
Yeah.
That's
in different ways.
amazing.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I don't
I'm
know
your
why
I'm
this-
your prima for
You
real.
are my prima
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah.
What part of Mexico is your family from?
They're from Cuernavaca.
Where's that?
It's like maybe like an hour away from Mexico City. I actually went to
Nice.
school in Mexico too.
What?
Yeah,
So we
yeah.
already know she speaks better
Wow.
Spanish
Yeah,
than
you
us.
do.
Damn.
Honestly, at different times, because this album, like I haven't done any Spanish for it, so I don't know. Sometimes, like if I'm not like in the routine,
If you don't
of
use it,
practicing-
you
Yeah.
lose
Yeah.
it.
If
Legit.
you don't
Yes.
use it, you lose it.
That's real.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Because
Sometimes
we
I'm
all
like,
were in SAP when we were little. We were
Yeah,
like
that
all
was my
spoke
first
Spanish,
language,
ESL,
and now-
all of that, but now no.
Now-
yes, me
Not so
too.
hot.
Me too. Yeah. When I first came to this country, I was like, I had like no English. So
But now you're killing it. Look.
And look at me. Look at me
You
now.
don't even have an accent.
I know. I don't. Do you guys feel like I have a Miami accent or no? I always ask people
I
this
don't know.
question.
What's
So
the-
you haven't said dale once, so.
No,
You're
no.
so dumb.
I just came back from Miami like a couple days ago, and I was like, dude, everybody at the end of every sentence,
Dale.
instead of a period, is dale.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
You don't got the accent, but I feel like you got the Miami energy.
Yeah,
Oh, thank
do.
you.
Yeah.
You're sunshine.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's what it is.
You give me prima energy.
Yeah,
Yeah, for
carne asada
sure.
energy right here.
Yeah, 100%. You give me Latin people energy,
that
which is
part.
like, yeah.
That's the best because with with Latinos especially, just like when we meet each other or we're around each other, it is like it's full embrace.
100%.
It's
There's a
family.
warmth.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Sure.
Welcoming.
But
Yes,
I think
100%.
when you mentioned Mexico, I go back to Dr. Sebi, he's from Ecuador, but he learned a lot of his natural healing from a curandero from Mexico, right?
Yeah.
And so there's a video that I saw where he talks about the energy of Mexico because you said like you need to go back. And
Yes.
he's like, there's just an energy
There
field
is,
that when
absolutely.
you touch down, the people like embrace you and just the ground, like he's like walk descalza. In Mexico, and you'll
Yes.
feel it. Like you can feel the energy of the ground and just where we're at. So even you saying you want
And
me
your
to go
feet,
back,
your feet will be really dirty
that
too.
part.
Yeah.
You might get sick.
Yeah, you might get
according
sick.
to my grandma.
Yeah, there might be
But-
some
but
sus shit
it
for
feels
sure in
good.
your body, but
Look, we're in here with new music. I
Yes,
love it
yes,
with Playboy
yes.
Cardi.
I forgot that we were
Yeah,
talking about
right.
music. I was like,
Music.
and one more thing I gotta say
I
about
love it,
Mexico.
I love it.
Yeah.
Look, when I watched this music video, I was tripping out just how smart your fans are because they have a whole thread already. Like this video just dropped. Of,
Yeah.
like what the different things mean and
I
like
love
this
that.
is what Camila did this. And
They're on
this,
that.
and
They're on
yeah,
that
and
Swifty
this
shit
rela-
right now.
Amazing.
Yeah.
No,
Third eye.
that's amazing. Dude, when you do a music video, are you conscious of like, I know my fans are gonna dissect and they're gonna look at this and let me put Easter eggs in here for them.
For me, I feel like when I'm in the studio, like when I'm writing and we were making the music, it's a very like, for lack of a better word, it's a very like selfish, self-indulgent process. Like I'm not thinking about
about
anybody
you.
else. It's really for me, for us, and for what we enjoy. But as soon as I feel like the outside of like when the music is done and when I'm thinking about the videos and the marketing and the visuals and the this, all I'm thinking about is how to make it the best experience for my fans and how to make them have the most fun. Because I feel like I come from, I feel like being a fan. Like,
Right.
you know, when I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know, like I was always such a huge fan of
Right.
pop culture. I don't know if you guys like
Of
had the
course.
same experience, but when
Backstreet Boys for life, baby girl.
what'd you say?
Backstreet Boys for
Boys.
life.
For me, it was like everything, like you
Yeah.
know, like Taylor and
Yes.
like Justin Bieber and whatever. Like I don't know, there was so
Yeah.
many people, and just pop culture in general. Like I
Right.
just like grew up like being a fangirl, so I'm always like, how do I make
Feed
this?
that.
Yeah.
Fan
Serve
girl.
those fans.
How do I
Yeah.
just make them have the most fun for this?
Yeah.
So that is like the most fulfilling thing
Yeah.
ever when I'm like, I just like see them have fun with it and run with
Right.
it.
was it fun for you? Because that music video got scary, Camila.
When I
Yeah,
tell you, I'm so glad you asked that
feels like,
question.
oh my god.
That music video is so crazy because that was basically the theme was like just like chaos and danger. So it was like, you know, and my mom was there the whole time. I felt so bad for her because she had like crazy anxiety.
She goes through it.
Oh my
Not
God.
spoiler. Watch the video if you haven't, but
I'll spoil it right now. I don't know if I can swear.
It's okay.
Okay.
Primo.
Okay. But like, yeah, my mom was like, she had mad anxiety like throughout that video because it was like, you know, in one scene I'm being chased by dogs and like, you know, and I had to outrun them. But I remember there was like a couple takes where I would hear like their little paws like really close, and these are dogs I don't know, and at some points like I would look back, they'd be fighting each other when they're so like gassed up and like the adrenaline is going crazy. Like you don't know how they're gonna act or if they're gonna like bite you or whatever. There was one where I'm like on a crane and like we had to like get the shot by Blue Hour and like I don't know. And then my mom was like, they were like, I don't know. It was just it was crazy.
What did your mom think of Playboy Cardi?
Oh, my mom met him and he was he came to the music video and my mom was like, it was actually crazy because he actually arrived. Something happened with his plane and it was like this whole kind of like insane.
Mercury's in retrograde probably.
Yeah. There was this insane like just
mishap.
like chaos with the video and so he got there after the music video was actually wrapped.
Wow.
So we had to find a place to film his part of the video and we ended up like, you know, paying the guy to from the worked at the gas station to let it like stay open for us. And so he got there and he like my mom like had the what's it called, like the video screen, like the video screen, like she was low key like kind of like directing because we had to like beg the crew to stay and he was like, you know, your mom has like the iPad screen, that's so hard, like she's like
she's there watching me.
But he was so sweet. My mom was like in love with him. He was like really
That's so cool. Did you show him like videos or photos from his vamp era when he looked like scarier?
Her?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
That would scare her.
My mom honestly like she does her research like especially like during this time, I feel like I'm like always seeing her on Twitter looking at stuff. I'm like, I'm right here.
Yeah.
Why are you looking at pictures? But so I'm sure she's
her baby. She has to like watch out for you and look out for you. I love that though, that you have those close like bonds because sometimes we get into this business and we tear away from everybody that truly loves us. You know, when we need that rooting, that's who we need to go to. We need to hang on to mom.
Totally.
So that's
awesome. I'm the opposite. I feel like and that's why I was talking about like. You were asking me if I lived in LA. Like, I feel like that's such a big part of, I don't know, like why I feel like I like have sanity in my life and groundedness is like I'm in Miami and I like hang out with, you know, my
fam.
Like my friends from school and my family. And I just like, I'm like the more kind of like chaos that I experience in career stuff, the more I'm like, I need to go hang out with, you know, with the primos.
There you go.
You know, to keep it just like peaceful. Real, just like real life.
Yeah. No, when you're in LA though, I'm telling you, you got to go to Downey, the city of Downey. It's like 15, 20 minutes away.
He lives in Downey.
I don't live in Downey. I went to Downey High School, but I got to
You're really selling me on
that. He was wearing sweats before you came in. I don't know where he got this wardrobe change.
What are you talking about?
I don't know where he got that change.
He's in pajamas.
So please, can you tell him his jacket looks nice or something because he put it on for you?
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm trying to put it on.
Look at how red he's getting.
You're really blowing up your spot right now.
They call it the Mexican.
Are you about to run for mayor for a city?
I'm trying to put you on because it's called the Mexican Beverly Hills, and there's a big Cuban community. So whenever you're in LA, you feel like you're missing like the Cuban vibes. Like you go there, you go to Tropicana, you go to Porto's. They have just like it's a lot of Cuban vibes over there.
Yeah. I mean, I do like coming here because I do find like my Mexican food over here because we don't have a lot of that in Miami.
I was looking, I didn't find it.
No, I have a question. Ropa vieja or virija?
I don't like ropa vieja. Hot take.
Oh.
So birria all day.
Really?
Wow.
It's so similar. It's shredded meat.
Yeah.
I don't.
I like them both.
I think maybe I just like it was so like when I was younger, we used to have what is it called? It's not like I wish my mom was in here right now. Where you have like the
Is it Mexican or Cuban?
It's like just like honestly because when I was younger, like my parents like worked all the time, not to like whatever like worked all the time, but they weren't cooking, so we would have like this like this food that came in like plastic trays every day, and it was like Cuban food, and we would have ropa vieja like literally
all the time,
fucking 4 times a week.
No.
So I think now I'm just like ropa vieja.
It's got a bad stigma.
Yeah, like I just
Empalagates.
can't.
That's what it is.
That's
Yeah.
how I feel about Hot
Exactly.
Pockets. Yeah. We
Yeah.
had them too much as a team.
Yeah. So anyway, so yeah, I love birria.
Wait, so do you eat spicy food like chile? Like,
Not as
can
much as
handle
my
it?
dad will literally like bite out of
Yeah.
a jalapeno.
snack.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Like I can't do
Yeah.
that, but I do love spicy food.
okay.
Nice.
That was just my question because I'm like, okay, if you're half Cuban, you're half Mexican.
Cuban people don't really
eat spicy,
have
right?
spicy
Yeah,
food
por
like
eso.
But
More
Cuban
savory.
people also, honestly, like, there's not a lot on that island. You know, so
They have to ration it.
it's like
Right,
the
right.
food staples are very basic.
For sure.
It's
Yeah.
like,
Well, even seeing I think I saw the origin of Portals in the potato balls. Is that it was out of rationing.
Yes,
that they put
exactly.
The meat in
That's
the
what I'm
potato
saying.
balls because it's a little bit of meat they had, but they wrapped it in the potato ball to like feel like
Wow.
there's more. It's crazy. It's a trip.
It's
Here
a
we
trip.
are just eating them like by the thousands.
they're
yeah, it
fire.
all comes
Yeah.
from like the history and like the access
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
To
the
food.
land, like
Yeah.
whatever the land cultivates or
That's a
whatever.
trip.
Camila, I saw you talk about this particular song, and I love how you were like, there's these moments, not gonna lie, where a connection with someone feels like outer space almost. You're like in
Yeah.
the chaos in it, and the thrill of it, and the passion of it. I'm right there with you, girl. Talk to me about this song coming together and it like leading the way for the rest of the music.
Well, I think a lot of this album is me kind of embracing just like the chaos that comes with like being in your 20s and those kind of unresolved feelings where they're not neat. You know, it's not like
It's messy.
yeah, it's messy. And so yeah, I think this is like there's other songs, for example, that are like the confusion of like, you know, like unresolved, like I like this person but they kind of make me feel bad. Like there's a lot of question marks.
Right.
There's a lot of you know, and I feel like this is like one of those feelings. And I feel like I'm definitely a sucker for that feeling. Like
Yeah.
that's just that beginning.
There's a thrill in it. There
Feeling.
is like
Yeah.
that.
It kind
part
of feels bad,
The honeymoon.
but it also
honeymoon stage.
is
But like
amazing.
you can't
Yeah.
escape it because it kind of almost needs to be that chaotic in order to feel that extremely amazing.
Yeah, and I also
But-
feel like sonically it was like really different for me to tap into. Like I think like, you know, it got such a kind of polarizing reaction from people
Yeah.
because I'd never kind of like done a chorus where it was just kind of me repeating the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
But it was just kind of again this spirit of like freedom and like not being contained.
Right.
That I don't know, just like a new kind of way for me to express.
Yeah.
I
that.
think
I don't
too,
know.
like that one low-key one-track mind that when you're in it, like the
Yeah, it's
logic in
almost-
it, like logic goes out
Exactly,
the window.
and it's almost like
all
a
you're
symbolic
thinking of is
way
like
of,
what you love, and you're
yes,
gonna chase that.
That's a great way to explain the choice behind like something repetitive. It's almost like your brain is like
Oh,
locked
that's
into,
it.
like almost
Yeah.
like obsessed, and you're
Yeah.
just like,
I
you know.
I appreciate it because I think there's times where we're all going through it and like, what song can I play here? I can't play My Heart Will Go On. Or I can't play it's like there's no theme song that you can play to talk about your emotions, and then you're giving people that. So that's so important.
Yeah, I felt like this song to me was like, this was an album that I feel like there was a lot of driving.
For you,
Driving music.
Yeah, a lot
Yeah.
of driving. I actually learned how to drive during COVID. I didn't know how to drive before that. And this album, like we made in Miami, and I was driving a lot. I was driving a lot at night. And there's something to like, I don't know, I love playing this song while I'm driving and like driving at night. It just feels so like you're like on demon time in the
Yeah.
city. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Especially
Yeah.
Miami.
You know, you're like
Girl,
speeding,
yeah.
like you're driving
Exactly.
fast, like you're
Yeah.
like, you know, like
it's all about
Like-
you and the road and just the feel of it. Then
there's
this
definitely
music
like an
plays.
adrenaline,
Yep.
like going really fast in the highway feeling
And in
for,
Miami.
for this song. Yeah, and in Miami. And I also feel like at some point, you know, I'm like 27 now. At some point, I'm gonna be like married with kids, and I'll probably write like a beautiful kind of like
Yeah.
folk song
Yeah.
about how much I
sonnets
love
and, yeah.
my person.
Yeah.
And right now,
That's
is-
where I'm at right now. in
yeah,
my
exactly.
relationship.
You're like in the you're in
Yeah.
that
Yep.
phase, and now I'm in the phase where I'm like, this is the time to experience like all of those like, I don't know, those question mark like I don't know, problematic
you
feeling.
need that
you're
because
in
you
your
don't want to
20s,
like
yeah.
have never felt it.
Get
You
out
need to
your
go through
system.
the experiences.
Get out of your system,
Yeah.
right? And learn and really like make mistakes. This is like the mistake making album, I
Yeah.
feel like.
Yeah, and that's what your 20s are for. To
That's what
make
your
all
20s are
yeah,
for.
you're
Yeah.
still young.
Yeah.
You're
And
not
she
30
talks
yet.
about her younger friends, and when they're doing their messy stuff, she's like,
Yeah,
just
I'm like,
open
let
it.
them
They
be.
My
need
younger,
that.
my friends are honestly like, I think maybe because they're not in the industry and they're like in like South Miami, like not even like Miami Beach. They're like in their long-term relationship. I'm like the only one that's
Oh,
like,
got
it
it.
sucks,
Oh.
honestly. I'm like,
You're
I
the
wish,
only single
I'm
one.
not praying for you guys to
Yeah.
break up, but like I won't
But can you fight
I
a
won't
little
be
bit?
sad.
Yeah, like-
I always tell my friend, I'm like, I really miss when you were single and
Yeah,
like
we could just
we went to
bond.
Coachella and you
Yeah.
were like fucking like
turning up.
like you know, because now I'm the only
Yeah.
one that's like,
Who-
guys,
who's
who's
that?
gonna be there? You know, so it's annoying, but
Yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah,
hilarious.
you'll find it on your
And you're
time.
married, so it's not like
Yeah.
we can be
Come
fucking
on.
single
But
friends
look,
together.
I need to tell you about my friend Vic, and not because he's wearing that jacket, but it's because and I've told him all this time, like he has a relationship thing where every
Oh, let's
every
get
2
into
months
this.
it's
Oh, the 2
another,
month thing?
yeah.
The
But
2
like
month
2
thing?
he
months, that's crazy.
he loves the like high of a relationship, right?
Yeah.
Once like the honeymoon stops, then
Yeah.
he's like, oh, I gotta get out of here. I feel trapped. I feel this. I feel that.
Yeah.
Like, do you find that part like in the 20 dating scene? He's not in his 20s, but
I was.
Early 30s.
I feel like for me, I've definitely found it like for me it's really hard to meet people at this
Yeah.
point. Like even just meeting people is difficult. And I'm also like I'm a lover girl. I don't know if like are you a lover boy
For
at
sure.
heart?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it definitely takes me longer than 2 months.
Mm.
I
survive.
feel like for me it's probably more like the year and a half
yeah.
mark.
You have
Yeah.
that time. You guys have that time. But let's go back into some Latino stuff. You know,
Yeah.
when it comes to Cuba, you guys have so much input and influence into just music, all different types of genres of music. Who would you put like on your Mount Rushmore of Cuban artists?
I mean, definitely I feel like Celia Cruz
Oh,
or Buena Vista Social Club.
Come on,
yes.
yes.
I love Buena Vista Social Club.
And it's just such a beautiful music to play anywhere. You could play that in a cafe. You could play that
That is, like,
where you're chilling.
I think some like I don't know. I feel like that was channeled from literally God.
dude, you
I
have to listen
agree.
to it.
It's
When you're
crazy.
talking about driving music, listen to it while you're driving. You just feel
Also,
better.
like Chan Chan by Buena Vista Social Club is like I feel like probably one of the greatest
Great
songs of all time. It's crazy.
Dang.
Yeah.
And it
I'm
makes you
still
want-
thinking about what we were talking about for your 2-month period.
You have to explain it because if I'm
What-
cooking,
I
I do
mean-
feel like honestly by the year and a half mark for me, I'm always like I get kind of the wandering eye.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of like
grass is greener, maybe, or is this?
it's
the,
also
like,
hard in my industry because
Right.
there's so many like interesting people and
Yeah.
creatives.
yeah and yeah so but I honestly haven't I don't know it definitely feels like feels hard to meet people right now
Yeah.
for sure. Like I'm like do I do like the dating app thing but
Right.
then it's like I
They're
don't
gonna know it's
I'm
you.
like
They're
am I
gonna
too
blow you up on that thing?
yeah I'm like am I too picky like do you ever
Mm-hmm.
get that feeling
I feel like
am
I'm very picky.
Yeah.
Like it's just like something.
such an
one-
it's kind of feels obnoxious for me
Yeah.
to say but it is like it is a thing.
It'll be like one thing, and I'll just be like, I'm good. Like this was fun. You
Yeah.
Know? Like, and then I just like reshuffle the deck, and it's like, all right, now what's out there?
I'm also not like I'm not a hookup culture person.
Mm.
Yeah, it needs to be monogamous. It needs to be
Not
like,
even monogamous, but I'm not like,
like exclusive.
if I don't like you, like if I don't like get
Connect.
butterflies,
Yeah.
I can't. It can't just be a physical thing
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
It's not even like we need to be like in a relationship, but I need to be like, I don't know, think
Lovey-dovey.
you're
Yeah.
funny or think you're. It has to be like a personality thing. It can't just be like, I'm just like want to make out, so I'll make out with you to
you're
make
here,
out.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I don't know. But maybe honestly, I feel like guys are a little bit
They're
different.
very much
I
different.
mean, for me, it's like I'm like locked into a girl for like 2 months. I'm like, okay, guess what, guys? I met the love of my life.
yes.
Okay, yeah.
And, like,
See, I'm like
you know,
that too.
like it was fun. Now I'm gonna hang up the jersey, and then it's like
Same, me too. I'm
all
like
of a
that too.
sudden, like 2 months later, I'm like, I don't know what happened.
But
Yeah.
that's you're locked into lover boy
Yes.
Yeah.
for
yeah.
2 months because
Yes.
I'm like
I'm
that
locked
too
in,
for
yeah.
sure.
Okay, Cuban Mount Rushmore, Camila.
Yeah, sorry.
2 more.
Yeah.
Celia Cruz,
Buena Vista
Buena
Social
Vista
Club.
Social Club.
Please say Pitbull.
I don't know.
Can
I'm
I
gonna
add
stick
one
with
for
those
you?
two. Yeah.
Pitbull.
Oh yeah, duh.
Yay!
Dale.
Mr. 305.
Yeah.
I feel like he made not that he made he put Cubans on the map, but there's such an interesting thing that he did with hip hop, and then he did become worldwide, and that's a Pitbull thing.
Yep.
Like
it's true. I mean, I feel like he represented the generation of Cubans that then went to Miami, and then like combined that with like hip hop and like Uncle Luke and Trick Daddy, and like then
kind of ties everything in.
Yeah, totally, and then like made like this whole new kind of culture.
Yeah. And you made my favorite song of all time.
What is it?
Bojangles.
Bojangles.
Oh, wow.
That's like our show's favorite song.
Fire.
Yeah.
Makes me want to dance.
We're growing.
I honestly don't know that song. I'm not gonna lie. No.
Oh, we're gonna have to show you.
Oh, okay. Yes. I didn't know that song. I didn't know it was called that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know that song. Yeah.
Just
makes you want to dance. Yeah.
For no reason. No matter the time.
But I say that to say that fusion that you have in your music, where it's very much, you're bringing in the songstress, you're bringing in the pop culture, but you also know to collaborate correctly with different hip hop artists and give that urban feel to it. But it's natural to you. Doing a song with like a Young Thug or doing a song with Playboi Carti doesn't feel like a pop singer getting put together
like
with
transactional.
Like, at all. It feels like it was meant to be, and it feels like the song feels so much better because of that. And I think that's very hard to do. So you're doing it really, really well.
Well, I feel like I like to work with people that I'm like a fan of. So yeah, that's what makes it exciting for me.
I want to hear you collab with Glorilla.
Oh yeah.
Have you heard her say Cuban?
No, I haven't.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, the Cuban on Cuban. Yeah.
She said something about her R's, no?
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, I've never heard Cuban sound like
I
that.
know, me neither. It was so weird. I was like trying to pronounce it too. Like I kept like to myself being like Cuban, like trying to like do it.
It's her accent though.
It's her Memphis accent.
Yeah, we're on the same label too.
Oh, sick.
So, yeah. She's killing it.
Yeah,
she's dope.
You guys both are, and it's really cool to have you in here, Camila.
Yes.
I appreciate you dropping by.
I know. I honestly haven't done like radio interviews in like 3 years. I was I was kind of nervous.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, don't be nervous.
I'm not nervous anymore.
Yeah,
I
we're
was
not a
nervous.
gotcha type crew. Like we
dude,
we want to be Mexican as fuck with Camila.
Oh my God, I love
we're grabbing some Mexican candy. Do you have a favorite Mexican candy?
I love what's the one that like you squeeze it and then
Pelon,
it's
pelon.
Yeah,
pelon pelo rico.
Yeah. Shout out you. No,
Yeah.
I love it. I love to find out how much more of a connection we have with you. We already like the music. It's cool to see the person is just as cool. So thank you, Camila. Thank you for coming.
You guys are the best.
I love it. Look, that's a new song. We're gonna play it right now. It's Power 106, Brown Bag Mornings. Come on.